Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to remain in the spotlight, while others fade into obscurity? Today, I invite you to join me on a journey of discovery, a voyage into the world of staying relevant and endlessly fascinating. In this relentless, fast-paced world, where every tick of the clock brings forth new trends and ideas, staying relevant is not just an art, it's a necessity. It's the difference between being a fleeting memory and an unforgettable presence. But how can one navigate this ever-changing landscape and continue to captivate attention and interest? Enter the Machiavellian Principles, a name that immediately conjures images of cunning and duplicity, yes, but also of astute political strategy and an unrivaled understanding of human nature. The Italian Renaissance political philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli didn't just understand power dynamics, he meticulously studied them, distilled them into principles that have stood the test of over 5 centuries. Now, before you recoil at the thought of applying these principles to your life, let's clarify something. We're not talking about deception or manipulation here. Rather, we're focusing on the wisdom inherent in these principles, the understanding of human nature, and the strategy involved in keeping oneself relevant and interesting. These principles, when applied with wisdom and integrity, can become a powerful tool. They can help you understand the ebb and flow of social dynamics, the shifting sands of people's interests and attention. They can teach you to be adaptable, to stay ahead of the curve, to be a trendsetter rather than a follower. In essence, the Machiavellian Principles can provide you with a roadmap to staying relevant in a world that's constantly evolving, constantly moving. They can help you become not just a participant in this grand dance of life, but a choreographer, shaping the movements and rhythms to your own tune. In the next few minutes, we will delve into these principles and see how they can be applied to your life. So, stay tuned, because this is a journey you won't want to miss. Niccolo Machiavelli, a 16th century political philosopher, penned some of the most profound principles that are still relevant today. His insights, often encapsulated in the term Machiavellian, are not merely about political maneuvering and power plays, but also about personal growth and maintaining relevance. Firstly, let's delve into the principle of maintaining an air of mystery. This is not about being secretive or deceptive, but rather about choosing not to reveal everything about yourself at once. By allowing others to discover more about you over time, you keep their interest alive. It's like reading a good book. The suspense keeps you turning the pages. Next, we have the principle of adaptability and flexibility. In a world that is constantly changing, those who can adapt to new circumstances are the ones who stay relevant. This means being open to learning, ready to shift your perspective, and willing to change your approach when necessary. Remember, it's the flexible tree that survives the storm, not the rigid one. Finally, Machiavelli taught us the importance of prioritizing self-interest. Now, this doesn't mean being selfish or disregarding others. It's about understanding your own needs, desires, and goals. By prioritizing your self-interest, you ensure that you're not merely following the crowd, but carving your own path. This unique journey makes you interesting and relevant to others. In essence, Machiavelli's principles teach us that to maintain interest and relevance, one must cultivate a sense of mystery, be adaptable to change, and prioritize self-interest. These principles are not about manipulation or deceit, as they are often portrayed, but about understanding human nature and using this understanding to maintain our relevance in the eyes of others. These principles, when used wisely, can be the key to your continued relevance. So, how do you apply these age-old principles in the 21st century? Well, let's delve into that, shall we? The first step is adapting to changes in society. In the ever-evolving world of the 21st century, change is the only constant. You must learn to flow with the tide rather than against it. This means keeping abreast of trends, understanding new technologies, and being open to different perspectives. It's not about losing your essence, but rather adding new layers to your persona that resonate with the times. Remember, relevance is the key to maintaining interest. Next, we come to maintaining an element of unpredictability. This principle can be traced back to Machiavelli's advice about being as cunning as a fox. In today's context, this doesn't mean being deceitful or manipulative, but rather keeping people intrigued. You see, predictability can lead to boredom, and boredom is the death knell of interest. So mix things up a bit. Surprise those around you with your versatility and adaptability. Show them that you're not a one-trick pony, but an ever-evolving enigma. Lastly, let's talk about putting oneself first when necessary. Now, this may sound a bit selfish, but it's actually a fundamental principle of self-preservation. It's not about stepping on others to climb up the ladder. Rather, it's about ensuring your own well-being before you can be of help to others. You see, if you're not at your best, you can't bring out the best in others. So take care of your needs, nurture your aspirations, and don't be afraid to prioritize yourself when the situation calls for it. In essence, applying these principles is about striking a balance. You need to blend into the changing society while keeping your unique spark alive. You need to be unpredictable, yet reliable. You need to put yourself first, but not at the expense of others. Remember, the application of these principles requires tact and discretion. It's a delicate dance, but one that can make you a captivating figure in the eyes of others. So dare to dance and see the difference it makes. So we have journeyed through the Machiavellian principles and their application in today's world. We've explored the art of staying relevant, a skill that requires continuous adaptation and evolution. We've grasped the importance of being intriguing, engaging, and a constant source of value. We've delved into the depths of the Machiavellian principles, learning how these centuries-old concepts still hold relevance in our modern lives. From the importance of flexibility to the power of perceived self-interest and the art of manipulation, these principles guide us in maintaining interest and relevance. Applying these principles, we've understood how to navigate our relationships, our careers, and our lives with a strategic edge. We've seen how these principles can be our tools in a world that constantly demands us to be interesting, to be valuable, to be relevant. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this enlightening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the world of the forgotten, may you always remain unforgettable.